Welcome to the Central Post. This is Samiksha Ajay. Ladakh, our crown of rugged beauty, is burning. A peaceful march for statehood turned deadly yesterday. 4 young lives claimed, over 80 injured, and the city is now under strict curfew. And at the heart of it, climate hero Sonam Wangchuk, whose 15-day hunger strike ended in chaos. And the center now accuses him for inciting a mob as a call for revolution. Was this a cry for justice gone wrong or the failure of dialogue? This is your deep dive into the bloodiest day of Leh. Let's rewind back. In 2019, Ladakh became a union territory after Jammu and Kashmir's Article 370 was scrapped. Celebrated its empowerment, it left locals feeling voiceless. No statehood, no elected councils, no sixth schedule to protect land and jobs from outsiders. Fears of corporate grabs and Chinese border threats grew. Enter Sonam Wangchuk, Padma Shri winner, the Ice Man, who built solar schools and led a silent fast in 2023 that shook the world. On September 10th, he began another hunger strike with the Leh Apex Body and Kargil Democratic. The spark? 2 strikers were hospitalized on September 23 after weeks of fasting. A youth-led solidarity march exploded yesterday. Stones, arsons, and gunfire turned Leh into a war zone, and the toll is heartbreaking. 4 civilians, mostly students in their 20s, killed. Some by headshots and clashes with police and CRPF. Over 80 injured, including 25 to 30 security personnel. A CRPF vehicle, the BJP office, and the Hill Council Hall were torched. Over 50 detained under strict curfew. Section 163 of BNSS bans group larger than 5. Kargil's under shutdown too. Locals said, "We love India, but we are jobless." Let me tell you, there's 40% of unemployment there. And they further said, "We are losing our land too." The youth wing of LAB led the march, chanting peaceful protests aren't enough anymore. Now the blame game erupts. The Home Ministry dropped the bombshell today, accusing Sonam Wangchuk of provocative statements that incited the mob. They point to his September 10th speech, invoking Arab Spring and Janzi revolutions in Bangladesh and Nepal as a blueprint. The MHA claims he misled youth, ignored calls to end his fast, and then fled in an ambulance without calming the crowd, calling it sinister plot. Wangchuk hit it back. Ending his fast yesterday, he said, "This is the saddest day for Ladakh. The government defeated our non-violence by stalling talks." He begged for calm, saying no more violence. This hurt our cause. Ladakh's been simmering. Wangchuk warned last year of an explosive mix, 40% joblessness, no elected bodies, fears of mining giants grabbing land. The high-powered committee has delivered some tribal quotas up to 84%, women's council reparations, 1,800 jobs in motion, but the last HPC meet was 16 days ago. Too slow for many. Analyst says Ladakh's youth feel erased. Without the 6th schedule, they fear losing their identity. This mirrors Jammu and Kashmir's unrest post-2019. Meanwhile, social media split. Wangchuk's hailed as Ladakh's voice or slammed as anti-national. CBI is now proving his ORG for FCR revelations, adding fuel. Ladakh's Leh is quiet today, but the wounds are raw. Informal talk starts tomorrow, and the HPC meet is on October 6th. Will the dialogue heal this divide, or will anger ignite? Ladakh's plea is clear. Hear us before it's too late. Keep watching the Central Post for further updates.